This is Shine Valentine back today again for a new episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about the small clip that I saw of the R. Kelly interview with Gayle King. I hope I'm saying her name right. Y'all, I didn't want to talk about this. You all know that R. Kelly was arrested in Chicago. He got out on I think it was $100,000 bond. I think it was a little bit more than, it was more than $100,000, but it was somewhere around $100,000 bond. And a woman, I think they own a daycare, bonded him out, and people would send her death threats and bomb threats and all that. Then he's back. Then he left out. I think he went to McDonald's, and I thought to myself, why didn't he not go to a more upscale restaurant? But anyway, I know some men are more simplistic. They don't need fancy restaurants. But if I was in jail, once I get out, I need to go to a 5-star restaurant. Then that happens. Then he's back in jail now because he owes child support, and they said they need him to pay it in full. So my first question was, why does he not have the money to pay his child support? So let's put that to the side for a second. Let's get to this Gayle King interview. He was very emotional. I don't think he should have did the interview. I think he should have just recorded a video where no one's at, and he shouldn't have done an interview, but he should have just recorded a video, since he likes recording videos, if you get my drift, of him in a suit and just talking to the camera, addressing allegations and saying how he feels. But with an interview, he shouldn't did the interview because he knew he was already emotional and upset, and it triggered him. I don't know he's okay. This showed me a different side of him, and it was weird because I would hear some women who have talked about him say that he beat them up and he did this and he did that, and his persona was not aggressive to me. I don't know, it's because his music, whenever he did do an interview, he barely did interviews, but he sang really calm. And so when some women that claim that he treated them a certain way would come out and say he hit them and he was controlling, I'm like, he doesn't come off that way. He does come off sexual based upon his music, but now seeing this interview, I can see him getting aggressive. Now, he reminds me of someone. Now, this person I'm going to mention, I'm not going to say who this person was in my life, but this person wasn't, from my understanding, not a child molester or anything like that. Oh, I'm sorry, R. Kelly, whatever. He's alleged to like underage girls and all that. This person, my issue, this person did not have anything to do with that. This was a male, and he liked women his own age. So when I say this is not, we got into it, but it had nothing to do with that. But this person used to steal money from me. He stole money from me, and I didn't talk to him for years because of this. And when I confronted him, he started to get emotional, just like R. Kelly, over the phone. And he said, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And then he said, I can't believe that you would. He said, I have money. I don't have to steal from anybody. I said, yeah, now you have money. I said, but back then you did it, and you did steal it. He know he did it. See, you all, this man did do this. I'm not going to say who he was in my life, but he did steal this money from me. He did it multiple times. He denied it, and then on the phone, he gets emotional, said, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And he says, as a matter of fact, I want an apology from you for even accusing me of that. And you all, he was such a manipulator that, do you all know, he acted a fool on that phone that bad and got so emotional. And I'm sensitive, right? I hate hearing people cry when people get emotional, especially whether it's a woman or a man or a child. I don't like that. And women, we all have that in us, I think. We have that nurturing side where we don't like seeing people cry, whether it's a woman, a child, or a male, animal, anybody. I hate that. I get emotional, and when he hooped and hollered so much, this is a grown man damn near crying on the phone saying he didn't steal this money from me, when him and I both know he did. He flipped it. He got me feeling sensitive. Then he flipped it and said, I want an apology from you for even accusing me. And he sounds so convincing, y'all, that I damn near apologized. I think I did apologize to him. I said, I didn't straight apologize, but I said, well, if you didn't do it, because he had almost convinced me. That's how good he was. And then after I got off the phone, I said, wait a minute, hold on. I got out of his spell. I said, wait a minute, I know he stole his money. It was a fact that he stole it. I'm not the only person he stole money from. So I'm not the only one he stole money from. Okay. So I told him, I sent him a text. I said, you know what? You know that you stole this money, and I'm not gonna let you manipulate me. And then he kept texting me back, and that was the end of it. But he reminded me so much of R. Kelly in a sense where those kind of people, they will pull on your heartstrings, because women are not used to seeing men show emotion like that. We're not used to seeing men cry and say, I miss my kid. In an interview with Gayle King, R. Kelly saying he missed his kids and all that. And let me get to the part where he talked about child support. So we're all wondering, how is this? Because I think the court said they're not gonna let him out jail until he pays the child support in full, which I think is about $100,000 now, or no, I don't know. They want him to pay it in full in order for him to get released. In the interview, Gayle said, well, people saying you have millions of dollars, and he said, I don't. He claimed that just a month ago he actually went to the bank by himself, and that people were getting putting their names on his account or getting access to his accounts, and that he did not know how much money was in his accounts, and people were stealing money from him and all this foolery. So he's claiming that he don't have any money, and I'm starting to believe that he don't really have no money, because then he would just, if he had it, why did he need a friend to get him out, the woman who owns the daycare? And also, why would he not have $100,000 to get himself out to pay the child support if he really had it? So then my question is, where'd all his money go? Then he said he's blaming his ex-wife, because he said, how can I pay child support when she's tarnished my name and now I can't perform? Look, do I believe some women are exaggerating, lying? Of course there's some that are, but I don't think they're all lying. And I could just go with the tape that he did. The young girl that was on that was a young girl. I was gonna curse. A very young girl on that tape. He can't deny that tape, okay? So he has been an underage girl. Now, he said, he did say, don't talk about the past, let's talk about the present. He's saying these women are lying, that their parents, pretty much one of them, Joycelyn, he's saying the daddy sold her to him. I can't believe it. Now, I'm not saying some of these parents, because some of these parents are very suspicious to me, because they seen that tape. And so for you, I'm talking to the parents of some of these young ladies, they saw that tape, but then to turn around and want your daughter around R. Kelly, some people don't understand. Some people are evil in this world, and some of them will sell their own children down the river. So I'm not gonna deny that could be true. See, it's a lot of shady people in this scenario. He's not the only one should go down. It's him and other people. But let's get back on him. He, in an interview to me, he was playing the victim. He was crying, acting a fool. He needs to take accountability for his part in this. When you do bad things, yes, there's going to be people who jump on board too. See, the thing is, when he mentioned, he said, what type of father? He's talking about Joycelyn's father. He said, what type of father wants their daughter, requests for their daughter to be on stage with me? He said that Joycelyn's father requested for his daughter to be on stage with R. Kelly, because that means that he knew once R. Kelly seen her, because she's very pretty and she was young, that he would want her. Well, R. Kelly, why do they feel that way about you, R. Kelly? Why do they know that they put their beautiful young daughter in front of you, that you're going to be on them? And if they're money hungry and they're sick on, and if they don't love their daughter, an individual with that mindset would do that to you, R. Kelly, because they know that you are a predator in that sense, that you like younger girls. So that's why they're sick and you're sick too. And he said he's guilty of being too nice and all that. I'm not saying he hasn't gave people money and all that, but once again, don't try to separate the two. Okay, if you have helped people and all that, that's good for you. But you have to also pay for the bad things you've done. Some people have done good and bad things in life. No one's taking away if he has helped people financially, just because. No one's taking that away. But sir, if you are with an underage girl and you're giving her money, that's not helping, sir. You're getting something out of it really big. You're messing around with someone who's underage, who you should not be messing around with, because you wouldn't want an older man messing around with when your daughter was underage. I think he has one daughter. He wouldn't want a 50-some-year-old man dating his daughter, because he's in his 50s. And the two young women that just did an interview with Gayle King, which I'm gonna get into next, I think her name is Gayle King, yeah, they're, I think, 22. They're between the ages of 21 and 23, from my understanding. Would he want his daughter, if she was between the ages of 21 and 23, to be living with a man in his 50s? Because both of these women are his girlfriends and they live with him. Also, I want to jump into something about the world and the culture of the world. In the interview, he said, yeah, I have 2 girlfriends. He said, but I know some men who have 5 girlfriends. So he said, don't act like what I'm doing is, out the box. That's the problem. And I said in another video how men are given a pass when it is wrong for certain behavior. All this being a playboy, having multiple women. Why is that okay? Why is that okay? But yet I guarantee you those women, I don't know. I'm not in their household, but I wonder can those women have multiple men? Maybe he don't care. Maybe they can't have multiple men. But it's this certain culture in the world where a man, it's okay for him to have multiple women, and then when these men have sons and nephews, the nephews are watching them and saying, oh, well, you're supposed to have more than one woman, but yet women are only supposed to have one guy. Unfair, total bias. But as you can see, some of these men, see other men doing it, and then they say, oh, well, this is acceptable in society, I'm gonna do it too. And of course he has a lot of women that are on him. Of course he does. And there's a lot of women that he go after. Okay, and they're after him because of his money. The women who have, but I'm talking about the women of age. Okay, a underage girl that he knows better. He knows better. And the sicko parents who have, if this is true, have pushed their daughter on him. They knew that he liked underage girls, and so he's want to say, well, they found me. They probably did find him. I'm talking about the Joycelyn parents. They probably did find him, but they knew, R. Kelly, that you like underage girls, and so they handed their daughter over to you for a fee. Because he said, what type of father? R. Kelly was talking about Joycelyn's father. He said, R. Kelly said, what type of father? I think he says, sells his daughter to someone. I think R. Kelly was saying he was giving them money for her up until she was 18. But R. Kelly, what type of man are you to give someone money for their daughter? How are you buying people? How are you buying girls now? He's not taking accountability for his actions. So all those, and I really feel like he believes what, from his perspective, y'all, I really believe from his perspective, he feels like he's not wrong, that from his perspective, I think he feels like, oh, I gave these women money. I gave my ex-wife money. And so I helped them. You could have gave them money, but you got something in return. If they were underage, you was able to be with an underage girl. What are you not understanding? And also, you could have helped people of age, men and women, just being nice. Okay. But no one's negating if you done good things. People don't understand something. If you do good and bad things, right, you have to still pay for the bad things that you do. I don't care how many good things you did, you have to still pay for the bad things. That's like me saying I shot and killed somebody, but I went to the orphanage though and helped orphans and brought food there and watched them and did things for them. But I killed like 10 people though. But so I have to still go to jail for the 10 people that I killed. But yeah, people might say she was good to orphans and she would go down to the shelter and help them and give them money and give them food. But I have to still go to jail though for the 10 people I killed. You see how that goes? This is what he's not getting. I think he's emotionally unstable. I think the interview did not help him. Me being a sensitive person, I hate seeing people cry, but I've encountered a guy like him before, an individual like him, and they can manipulate and flip it on you. But I do think in his head, he feels like he's the one that was wrong. I feel like in his head, he feels he's done nothing wrong. And now let me get to the 2 young ladies. I think one is named Azriel. I might be mispronouncing her name. It's Azriel. I think that's Azriel, and Joycelyn. I think it's pronounced Joycelyn. I seen a snippet of their interview with Gayle King. I first want to say, I think I like Joycelyn's demeanor from the little snippet I seen. To me, she wasn't very disrespectful, but that other one, Azriel, she started crying, which is not wrong with showing emotion and crying, but I think she was very rude to Gayle King. She just had a very snappish, nasty attitude. If you didn't want to be at the interview, why the hell did you come? She pissed me off because she seems real emotional, and I'm wondering it's because she's scared he's going to jail. See, why are you so emotional, young lady? It's because he's going to jail, and now the lifestyle is going to be over and all that. I don't know. I don't like rude people, and she decided to sit for that interview, but she wants to get all rude with Gayle King, and maybe the question Gayle asked about you all sleeping together, she wanted to know, yeah, that was crossing the line, that was inappropriate. But look, it is what it is. All you should do is say, I'm not going to answer that question because that's dealing with my personal life, but we all do things together. We hang out and stuff like that, but it's no one's business what we do sexually. That's all she had to say. Rolling her neck and getting the attitude. What is that? You wanted to sit down for the damn interview, but you know what? Azriel probably did not want to sit down for that interview, just like Joycelyn didn't. R. Kelly had them sit down for that interview. And Gayle said too that after the interview, she talked about the segment with some of her colleagues, and she said that during some of the interview, R. Kelly would kind of cough. He wasn't on this. He wasn't when the two young ladies were getting interviewed by Gayle King. R. Kelly was in the background, and they didn't know if he was there or not. So they said he would cough loud sometimes to let them know he was standing there. And so he has them under control. I think he deserves to be in jail, just strictly for that tape. If he wants to say all this stuff is a lie, fine. The tape of that girl, I know he was found not guilty, but I'm sorry. That tape, the Aaliyah thing and all that, he needs to pay for that alone. Okay, he is a sexual deviant. That's what I feel. Do I feel some women are lying? Yeah, of course. I think somebody is lying. Oh, I think some women are lying, but I do not think all of them are lying. I don't. Okay, I don't. And let's get to the money. Like I said, this man don't have enough money for the child support. Where did all the goddamn money go? He's saying they stole it from him and all that. R. Kelly doesn't understand something, that I do think some people took advantage of him. The people around him, like maybe managers, people who had access to his accountants. I believe that. But he's not understanding. That does not negate you dealing with underage women. Once again, you can do good things and bad things, but you're going to have to still pay for the bad things that you do. He's not getting that. Because he had money, because he's a celebrity, he's R. Kelly, he has been able to get away with this stuff. But he don't understand. Yeah, they let you get away with this stuff, but people are going to still take advantage of you. And you took advantage of who you was too. See, R. Kelly don't understand. This goes both ways. Yeah, people probably did take advantage of him. I don't know if he can read or write really well, but or I don't know if he's good with math, but I'm pretty sure some people took advantage of him financially, because I think some people did that to Mike Tyson. Don King did that. Okay, financially took advantage of him in a lot of ways. So R. Kelly doesn't understand something. You gotta take the bitter with the sweet. So I feel with R. Kelly, he used his celebrity to get underage girls, and that's what I think he did. At the same time, you want to use your celebrity for your, for the things you want to do that's degenerate, but then you want people to not target you because you're a celebrity and take advantage of you. And it doesn't work like that. Okay, you want to be straight and narrow all the way around. Say, you know what, I don't use my celebrity to abuse anybody or do anything bad, and I'm not going to, and it's wrong that these people use my celebrity knowing I had money, and maybe knowing I wasn't the best financially, and then took advantage of me. And they're still wrong for what they did, but I'm saying he want to ride the fence. It's like, okay, they took advantage of you financially, which they were wrong, but they did that because you had the money, because of who you was, so they made you a target, right? And just like you being a celebrity, you use that to get younger women, right? So you gotta take the bitter with the sweet. You didn't use your celebrity all the time for good, R. Kelly. I think he's in denial. He's in denial about what he has done. I don't know if he's a narcissist or something. It's like, and all these crocodile tears, he just seen it. I met a man like that. They just see from their perspective. They can't see what they did wrong. They did nothing wrong. Everything just happened to them. They're the victim. He's the victim. They stole my money. I helped these people. Okay, the women that you helped, R. Kelly, okay, why was you giving them money? What was they doing for you? Was they underage? Was they doing sexual acts for you? Okay, he just making it sound he was just throwing out money to people just for no reason. I don't believe that. Okay, and the same way some of these people misuse you, R. Kelly, and went into your bank account and you wasn't watching your money. They target you because you a celebrity. You use your same celebrity to abuse underage girls and take advantage of your celebrity. So don't make it seem like you're innocent here. He makes like he's the victim when he's not.